In my previous video, we talked about the leak that was found in the game files when someone was data mining and they found two new gadgets in the game, probably for the Italian operators coming from the next season. And he found a decoy projectile which was a hologram, and also he found a reinforced camera, so someone who has the ability to reinforce cameras. But today we found something else on the game files, and this pretty much confirms these are the new Italian operators, and let's talk about this. So what we're going to talk about today is actually found in the PC version of the Rainbow Six Siege. These new images and videos were added in the yesterday's update, and pretty much anyone who has the PC version of Rainbow Six Siege and can access these files can see that these are probably the new operators, and you don't even have to data mine like we have had to before. So that's pretty interesting. Like I mentioned, there are videos about these two operators. I haven't seen them either, but I've heard that people who put them in the videos are going to get copyright strikes, and their videos are going to be taken down by Ubisoft. So I'm not gonna risk it, and we're going to just talk about these still images. But if you want to see the videos, I guess you can find them somewhere in the internet. I have no idea where, to be honest. Or if you have a PC version, then just access the files and you can find them. But I'm not going to risk it, and we have a good idea about at least one of them with only these images. So let's start with more interesting one on the left. Not necessarily because of her gadget, but because of her picture, we can see that what her gadget actually is. So her name, or her placeholder name at least, is Alibi. And you guys, if you guys have seen my previous video, you know that we talk about the leak that there is going to be a hologram operators. And well, as you guys can see, there she is. That's a hologram, or two holograms behind her. I don't know about how is she doing, with what kind of device, or I have no idea how she's doing that, but you can definitely see that there is two holograms of her behind her. They are really hologrammy looking but I'm sure they are not looking like that in game, or nobody would go into that trap of shooting them. They are just representing that her gadget is making clones of herself. So that's really interesting. And when I heard about this, was that my first reaction was, this is dumb. Who is going to use that? But I can see a lot of use for this. But like visual, I think this is very much dependable on the situation. You can't just pop the gadget like let's say Ella, and whatever it happens, it will be useful. No, you have to play in certain circumstances and just use it on the right moment to be effective with this one. But she looks really cool. I like her goggles, or what are those? She looks like she could be a rover, 1 speed, or I mean 1 armor, 3 speed. She looks like a thin female operator, so I guess she is going to be a roamer. I have no idea, this is just speculation, but of course she can be like Mira and have 1 speed, 3 armor character, like an anchor, but I don't see her being that like armored or anything like Mira is. But that's Alibi, and I think she looks really neat. And her gadget, well, it's pretty much 100% confirmed that she's going to use some sort of holograms to fake the enemies. Moving on to the right side, we have Maestro, and as you guys can see, we don't have that much of information about his gadget, especially comparing to Alibi on the left side. So on the right side is Maestro, and if you remember the leak previously, it says something about reinforcing the cameras. So this could be his ability. There is no way we can tell because all we can see is he has a very, very self-conscious smile on his face, a lot of bullets on his chest, or a bullet chain, and I think that's a cigar on his mouth as well. Of course, he's using a beret like Alibi is using as well, or wearing, I should say, not using, wearing. But yeah, I haven't even covered this up, but previously there were leaks about AA-12 automatic shotgun. So AA-12 is an automatic shotgun which is just, well, automatic and fires like a 12 gauge shotgun shells from a drum mag. So it's just not, you don't have to reload one shell at a time. So that could be his weapon because of the shotgun shells on his chest. So that's just speculation, I don't know. He looks like he could be a not a roamer but an anchor, but my guess is he's probably a 2-speed 2 armor with his shotgun, so he can play roaming game or he can anchor with his automatic shotgun. But I don't have that much to say about Maestro, just because there's not that much of information for his image. But these two are not images from like a Reddit egg poster. These two images are directly from the Rainbow Six Siege game files of the PC version. So these are 100% legit, and these are probably the new operators. I could say that this is 99.9% confirmed that these are the two operators. The names could be changing with Alibi and Maestro. These are just placeholders, but the actual look of them are pretty much sealed. Of course, there might be some changes or something, and also their gadgets are, well, Alibi's gadget is pretty clear. She's using holograms, but they may change it up a little bit to how it works, but we don't even know how it works, so that wouldn't break the leaks. But once we get new information about these two, I will be sure to cover them up. And this sounds really interesting to me because and this also looks really interesting. I know the Operation Chimera just went live a couple of weeks ago, but this is so cool to see and speculate. I love this about Rainbow Six Siege community. Once a little bit of information comes out, everyone just speculates and everyone just unites and tries to find the right answer and what makes the most sense. But thank you guys once again very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.